Have you ever scrolled through home listings and just felt discouraged? You're not alone. The dream of owning a home in America feels more like a fantasy for millions. But why? Why has it become so incredibly difficult for so many people to buy a house? Let's break down the real reasons. And trust me, it's more than just not saving enough for a down payment. So, what's the first big hurdle? Skyrocketing home prices. Since 2020, the median home price in the US has jumped by a staggering amount. We're talking about an increase of nearly 40% in just a few years. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about the real game changer: interest rates. For years, we enjoyed historically low rates, which made borrowing money cheaper. But recently, the Federal Reserve has been raising rates to combat inflation. This has a direct and massive impact on your mortgage. A higher interest rate means a much higher monthly payment. For example, a 3% rate on a $400,000 loan is about $1,686 a month. But at 7%, that same loan costs you over $2,660 a month. That's nearly $1,000 extra every single month for the same house. This single factor has priced out a huge number of potential buyers who could have afforded a home just a couple of years ago. Now, let's look at another piece of the puzzle. Your paycheck isn't keeping up. While home prices and interest rates have been on a wild roller coaster ride, wages for the average American have grown at a snail's pace. This creates a massive gap. The cost of living, from groceries to gas, has also gone up, eating into whatever you might have been able to save. So even if you get a small raise, it's often completely wiped out by inflation and the rising cost of housing. You're essentially running on a treadmill, working harder just to stay in the same place financially. So, who is buying all these houses if average people can't? That's our next mini-hook. A significant portion of homes, especially starter homes, are being snapped up by large corporate investors and investment firms. They often come in with all-cash offers, which are incredibly attractive to sellers. This means a regular buyer who needs a mortgage and an inspection is at a huge disadvantage. These corporations then turn the homes into rental properties, further reducing the number of houses available for people to actually buy and live in. It creates a cycle where you reforce to rent from the very entities that outbid you for a home. And finally, there's the simple issue of supply. For over a decade, the U.S. has not built enough new homes to keep up with population growth and demand. This shortage is especially bad for smaller, more affordable starter homes. Builders often find it more profitable to construct large, luxury homes, leaving first-time buyers with very few options. When you have a limited supply of houses and a huge number of people wanting to buy them, prices naturally go through the roof. It's basic economics, but it's having a devastating effect on the housing market for everyday Americans. So, when you put it all together, soaring prices, high interest rates, stagnant wages, corporate competition, and a severe lack of supply, you get the perfect storm that we're in today. The American dream of homeownership hasn't vanished, but the path to get there has become incredibly challenging. What do you think is the biggest factor? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content that makes sense of our complex world. Thanks for watching.